Welcome to a Management Plus training webinar. My name is Kevin Sloan. I'm a certified electronic health record specialist and certified ophthalmic technician. Management Plus is an industry leader in EHR, and we want to provide you with the documentation tools and the skills to use these tools proficiently. Today's training webinar is titled Procedures. Let's get started. As you can see, I have Mr. Bob Hope, our favorite test and webinar patient, on the screen. I have access to Procedures form by clicking the Procedures title within the form tree on the left. This is a dynamic form. It will come up blank each and every time. This will allow you to document in-office procedures only. Surgeries or procedures done in the ASC or the hospital will be documented there as well. So you will not document any surgeries done outside of the office on this form. So cataract surgeries do not get documented here, or any other surgeries. Those are documented on the problem list once they come back for their first day post-op. At the top is a procedures grid. It's where you can document your procedures that you've done for that day. That's very easy to do. Just like other grids, you right-click, procedures list, and then add. You can type into this list, or you can paste in there. So I'm just going to choose Chalasian. The very first time you do this, it may result in a significant length of time when it comes to searching, and you will get multiple options for this. There are several repeats in here, just like other lists. This is a government-approved list, so this cannot be edited. You can click the flashlight. It will bring up the full list. Again, you can type in here or you can paste. If you have selected an option and you feel like you want to use this again, you can add this to the favorites just like any other grid by right-clicking, add favorites. Now when you go to the favorites list, you will have just your favorites list within this. And you can double-click on that. Choose the eye of choice by putting that in the notes and clicking OK. And now you'll have it documented. The colored buttons are a series of macros. Clicking this will document within your notes section anything that you need. These macros can be set up to be eye specific. They can also document as much or as little as you need. The EHR specialist will be happy to add or modify these macros to fit your preference. I would select an option from this list here. If you choose it as it is listed exactly within the list, it will trigger a CPT code onto the charge grid on the charge slip. If you modify this, it will break the link that it has, and it will not trigger the CPT code. This list can be modified to have whatever options you want in here, to have more or less. It's your choice on what you want on there, as well as any other control inside of EHR. I do recommend that folks set these macros up so that they do as much as possible. So if you do, Chalasians pretty much the same time, I would set these up, break them out to where they're eye specific, or if not, you don't have to. But then document your normal anesthesia, your normal procedure option and indication as well, so that it becomes quick and easy to do this documentation. Lasers are documented down here at the bottom. There are a couple. If you choose either of those two, it will trigger a CPT code onto the charge slip. Editing this or modifying that will break the link. There are no macros. Doesn't hurt to have some built. These buttons on the side are word merges. There's one here, and there are 4 of them here that will have your office header set up at the top. They can populate as much or as little information that was documented on the record into the word merge, so that you can have the patient sign this electronically if necessary using the Topaz signature pad. They work very well. It is recommended to have a generic consent form for a lot of your office procedures, and have it set up so that it populates the name of the procedure and any other information onto that, so you don't have to have 35 different word merges, that are almost identical for every procedure that you would use. If you do have specific information that you want on those, it doesn't hurt. We can set up 35 or more if you need to. If that's something that your office prefers, it's not a problem. We can do that so that you have exactly what you need. Same way with this. Some folks go with just one basic generic laser consent form. They choose the option, they choose the eye, and then have tags set up within these word merges to populate that in the appropriate place. At the bottom is a synopsis grid, so you can see that Bob has not had any past procedures done. You will see visual acuities on there because he has had his vision tested in the past, and it will show that. This may be limited to a certain number of exams that it will look into the past for those values, and so if it has been a while, you may not see any values within this. Your EHR specialist can set this up to look back to either infinite or specific value, specific number of records in the past that you choose. The more records that look back into the past, the longer it will take to load this form once the patient has several records. If you feel like you need it set to infinite, it's certainly not a problem. You'll just have a little bit of a longer delay when loading this procedures form the very first time. This completes the training on the procedures form. Thank you for your attention.